Hey, what's going on, guys? This is David at Lunar Beaches Crypto. I just want to wanted to put together a quick video for you guys for the weekend, for this weekend, for that is the week of December 4th, 2022. So, before I get into this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But please, if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you enjoy the content that you watch right now, So, here we go, guys. So, we've got Bitcoin on the daily chart. We're stuck. We're we're above some high volume nodes here. Um, this is the same. This is both the VRPR or VRVP. There we go. Visible range volume profile. There we go. Yeah, so both of these, I've got one on the left side, one on the right side. One the just up and down volume. The other one is delta volume. I'll do this because the delta can show me where or what orders were more pronounced in certain areas. So you have more like sell type orders in this area, more buy orders in these areas than you do sell orders by the delta. So, but we'll get into that a little later. But right now, all you need to be concerned about when it comes to volume is the big volume. Where do you see the big volume? Because then that could tell you where price could be heading. Right now, the big volume is below Bitcoin. It's already come down and it's popped up above it. So we've popped up above it and we've been holding this level right here at about 16.8K. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of Bitcoin, my dad is officially a whole coiner, and that's awesome. He's been accumulating Bitcoin for 15 for 5 years. I think he said he took 1 year off of accumulation. So technically, all in all, 4 years of accumulation. But he's been accumulating since 2017. Since 2017. So since after the all-time high. So he's been getting good prices ever since he started, really. And yeah, so that's pretty awesome. So happy for my dad. Good for him. All right, so that sounded kind of, I don't know, but yeah. So Bitcoin sitting here. We are above. We are holding 16.8. Seems like we need to hold that, and we need to get through 17.3. That is the midpoint on this candle right here, which I would imagine there's probably some a decent amount of liquidity in there, seeing as how we had this nice long wick down in here, and then it got ate up, and then price continued down. So a lot of people would say, well, this is obviously some type of head and shoulders. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Or maybe not even, yeah, I mean, head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, or cup and handle, whatever you guys want to throw on here. I mean, you could say we've got our inverse head and shoulders here with the breakout. Then really what I would be looking at is the fact that we've come and we've broken this level here, and we're in this flag, and we're in this balance area where price is trading sideways, and then that means we would be looking to see which way it will break. Now, whichever way it breaks, there could be a a fake out one way or the other, either a fake out to the downside, fake out to the upside, and then if it's fake out to the upside, we'll probably see price come back down, maybe down back to this high volume node down here at about 16.2. If not, price should come up and resume. Whoops. Price should come up and resume. And then we do have a little bit of a bump here. That's not really the best. A little bit of a bump there. And we do have big sell wicks up here, where you can see price tried to come up, but failed to maintain this area. And therefore, I would consider this a supply zone. Whoop. So this is supply. And this down here, where price kind of held but fell down into, is a nice demand zone. And then we're kind of waffling in the middle here, building up new support in the middle, in between, so that we could hopefully push up into the supply zone, eat into the supply, right? So if there's sell orders here, that means you've got to have buyers come in to buy up the supply in order for the price to shift up. So what happened? We got to break through this level here in order to even think about some type of bullish continuation to the upside back to this node here around the 20K. Of course, 20K is going to be an interesting area of or a strong area of resistance, I should say. So, as would be expected, it is a big number. It's a big round number. People like big round numbers, so they could sell off at 20K. Who knows? We don't really know. We'll never know until we get to that point. But for now, it looks like we're working out this candle here that dropped down here, right? So we're working out the value of Bitcoin, seeing as how we've dropped below this value and now we're coming up to it. So since we broke this value, that means since this value didn't hold, that means people did not value Bitcoin at about 18.8K. Let's call it 19K. I guess they did value it. They came up and then people just, this is on the weekly time frame. This is the FTX collapse, I guess. And then since nobody can really sell on like any exchange, almost on any centralized exchange anyway, if you're just buying Bitcoin, then supply is getting kind of, low on the exchanges. And I don't see anybody, I don't know when people are going to be getting their assets unfreezed. So, but maybe I would be watching for any type of news like that to be coming out around this 18.8 range. Any type of news, but who knows? Let's see, what would that put us? That'd put us after the FOMC if it continues a current trajectory. Now we've already started this week with a little pop. Or I should say, no, we haven't finished this week yet. So we don't finish this week for another 4 hours. But we have finished this week with a little pop here. So that's good to see on the weekly time frame. We did take back both of these previous two candles. These are pin candles too. Where they pinned traders. And you had that's on a weekly time frame too. So this is a strong reversal pattern here. The question is, what's it going to do once it comes back to the lower bounds here? Is it going to retrace and then and it's going to just waffle around, get those orders filled up in here and then continue up. I could see that. I mean, that would take us well into 2023. We could just be stuck sideways, literally, for half of the year, if not longer, especially considering that the first half of next year, it's supposed to be it's forecasted to be pretty rough from an economic, from a recession standpoint, which the Fed and nobody will admit is happening at all. But whatever. We know what's really going on. But and that's obviously that's a point of control. So that's also this area, this line right here. That's your point of control. If you don't know what your point of control is, it's used as a part of the volume profile indicators, the visible range volume profile, VRVP. The POC is where there was the most amount of trading, the highest volume of trading at a certain price. So at about 19.2 is where we saw 19.15, somewhere in there, is where we saw the most volume of Bitcoin traded, meaning more Bitcoin exchanged hands at that price than at any other price within the given time frame, which with the visible range volume profile, it is the volume profile of the visible range. And what is the visible range? It is everything that is visible on your screen. So, on the chart, everything that is visible on the chart. Now, I'm going to step away from the KuCoin chart, and I'm going to go over to the let's do the Coinbase chart. Feel like we're going to get better volume. Yeah, much better volume on Coinbase. Look at this volume just building up and building up and building up. Like, this is like a fire sale for wholesale, right? Right here. If you look from where it started after this drop right here, and it started ticking up and ticking up, then we have this second drop right here. But this whole area right here is balance. And right now Bitcoin, and this is on the weekly time frame, but right now Bitcoin is out of balance. Now, I would actually probably say this is closer to balance, this area in here. So we did have a little pop out of balance, and now we're having a pop out of balance again. And then we will likely, or could possibly, I should say, like, not likely, nothing's guaranteed, this is not financial advice, but we could possibly see ourselves come back into the balance area and waddle around in here for a good amount of time, maybe pop out, come back in, or test the top, maybe start moving up, start filling in this gap right here, and then consolidate inside of that, then come up, work our way to the next node. You can see we have lots of liquidity right here, lots of sell orders up in here. You know that these orders have got to be filled at some point. They were filled. There were some filled on the way down, of course, but not all of them got filled. Then you're gonna have your little consolidation phase down at the bottoms, and then we start working our way back up. That's the bullish scenario. Hope you're following me, and I hope I'm not putting you to sleep. It is a Sunday, and I am just randomly putting out this video and I have not done any kind of I didn't look into Bitcoin at all before I started this video. So So it's just kind of chill and looking at the charts. You know what I mean? And not watching my Titans lose to the Eagles. Yeah. So yeah, but now we've got that volume. We have that big volume spike sells. And now we've had 2 straight weeks of buying. Now this week we've had less volume, but the price has gotten higher. That's a little concerning, but not really. This one there was a lot more volume in this one. That's because there was a lot of selling and a lot of buying at the same time, and right here in this area. So, as they were pinning people at the bottom, trying to short the market. This could be a very big week coming up. This could be a very big week when it comes to trading and when it comes to longs. We could see a decent move, at least within the next week or two. We could see a pretty decent move back into this balance area. Okay? Maybe even play off of that POC, more likely come up in here. Kind of maybe something like this. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, this is projecting this is projecting like almost 3 months out. So, I'm definitely not trying to do that. I don't want to try and act like I can predict the future like that. Okay. So, but I mean, this is just something that wouldn't surprise me. We've got our balance. We've fallen out of balance. We need to get back into balance. We are at imbalance. We could also find balance at lower prices if that is what the market so desires. Now, no, that's ugly. So let me go ahead and just do this. Is this going? Oh. One sec. So here's your balance. This was a fire sale, essentially, for wholesale. Then you had, look, first you had your fake out there, and your fake out to the bottom, and then breakout. Now we're going to have a fake out to the bottom, and then breakout. I'm not sure. We could come back down into here. As you can see, there's a lot of volume down here. A lot of volume down here, right? There's a lot of volume at this price. You can see we had a lot of spikes, lots of heavy volume in this area right here. So it wouldn't surprise me for us to come up here, bump our heads up on this balance, and come down into this balance right here and accumulate. Now, I don't know how long we would actually stay down there. I would imagine that those orders would probably not take long to get filled before you see, well, price probably wouldn't move like that, but you probably would see kind of a V shape and then a kind of really grind it out type of deal to get out of there. Maybe even spend some time in the mid-teens before you shoot up. Little too far out to tell for that. Oh, but that's just something to think about, to look at, But yeah, I think we should see, at least some bullish price action, get us up to the bottom of this box, back up to 18.5 to 18 or 19.3. Yeah, 18.5 to 19.250-ish, somewhere in that range. But yeah, outside of that, we'll have to wait and see what happens when we come back up into this area. If we do get back up into that area, I think we do. I think we will get back up into there. So this is the 12th. So this is the week right here. This will be the week with that line in the middle right there. This will be the week of the next FOMC meeting. So that's either going to make the price do this or it's going to make it do this. I think. I don't think we see consolidation off the FOMC. I think we either see a dip. It's probably going to look more, not all of that, but probably something more like a couple of weeks like this, and then a pop back out. So let me get all this off of here. I didn't want to get rid of that. Oh, wait. I meant to go forward. There we go. So yeah, come back up. Quick pop up. Maybe come down. Back into that balance area down here. That FOMC would be the perfect reason for us to give us our final flush of the market if we are to have a final flush, which would make sense because of that high volume zone down here, right there. That would make sense for us to come up here, hit this big red sell area, and then come down to where we have a lot more buys. And we have this low volume down here. Now there were some buys that came in here to start pushing this price up from here. However, the issue is we still have the interest rates coming up. We still have a high number of job openings, or new jobs, I should say. Unemployment is still low. So inflation is still looking like an issue, but it is coming down at the same time. So I don't know. It's going to be real interesting to see how the next 6 months, 7 months play out. So we'll just have to we'll wait and see, and we'll take that journey together. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe. I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Love you guys forever and always. Peace out. Later.